Hey, this is Rich Light and Gadget, and we've decided to give the Xiaomi phone, or as they call it, Xiaomi Shouji, another quick look because the one we saw yesterday was didn't have the most up-to-date firmware. But what we have here is essentially the same hardware, but with a much more stable version of firmware, as we've been told. And as you can see, it is very, very responsive, and obviously because given the hardware as well, for those who are not familiar with MIUI or MIUI, as we used to call it, we can just quickly show you guys the kind of level of customization you can do. So, like for instance, you do the usual Android stuff, but what's interesting here is that while you're holding down a widget, you can also use the phone's multi-touch feature. So let's just pick this icon, for instance. So you can, while you normally have to drag it across between screens, which means you have to wait for a bit, you can actually use your other finger to scroll around, which is much more efficient that way. And as you can see, the icons do move about as you drag around, so it's very convenient. And as for the notification bar, you can see these various little shortcut buttons down here. What you can do is actually choose what you want to do. So you can customize these badges. You can toggle this break to limit the number of things you see. You can you can actually rearrange them like that. So when that's done, you go back out. As you can see, these are all gone. So it's very, very convenient indeed. And you can also jump between home screens like that. Again, the animation is very smooth, and you can add a large number of home screens, so not limited to just 7 or 9 screens. Obviously that means you have to do a bit more swiping across, but you can just do that. Obviously, one of the main features of the Xiaomi phone is that it's dual partition boot up, which means while you update to a new version of firmware, be it a stable version or a beta version, the phone only flashes the update to the other partition, meaning you don't have to go into recovery mode to perform the upgrade. Basically, while it's upgrading in the back, you can just still use your phone while it's basically upgrading the other partition, and once it's done upgrading, they'll ask you to jump to the new reboot into the latest firmware while preserving the current one. And last but not least, we have this the Mi key, or Mi Jian. So right now it looks just like an ordinary camera shutter button, which it can do that. So if you hold it down, you trigger this camera app, which is meant to be very responsive as well. But you can also customize it. So what you do is you go into settings and button settings. So the Mi button, you can just set it to do nothing, or do something more useful like go back to the home button, because apparently some people aren't too keen with the touch sensitive buttons. So normally this key in the middle is the home button as well, but you can also set the Mi key, which is a hard key, to do the same thing. You can also use it to toggle certain settings, like you can use it to control background. So yep, you can see each press controls the brightness. So that's very convenient, and again, the customization, the amount of customization is very impressive. And just quickly show you guys again the other settings. You can also use it to open applications as well. It's like triggering the dial pad or your favorite game if you want. So yeah, it's a nice little feature they've added to the phone.